Hello, seers and seekers. Welcome back. If this is your first time here, welcome. To those who have continuously come back to take a look at my videos, thank you so much. It means so much to me. And I wanted to do a reading on this topic that has been very interesting for me, that just sort of came to mind the other day. And the title of the reading is What Part of You is Already Intuitive, but You Don't Realize It Yet? And what I want to do is, I feel like there are many of us for the new year who may want to connect more with their intuition, with your intuition. I, for myself, know that I would love to be able to connect even better to my intuition and to accept that the intuitive hits that we come, when they do come, we can accept them confidently. I feel that many of us want to be able to connect to our inner voice better and trust that what we are hearing is real and truthful as a means to stop the crazy thoughts that we have, the fears, the anxieties of the decision making that we have on a day-to-day basis. But intuition is something that we all have, but it needs to be built on. It needs to be made stronger and allowed to flow more easily without second-guessing yourself. So I thought it would be interesting to do a reading for those who would like some advice on developing their intuition more. A reading based on the advice that the angels have, based on the areas that your angels and my angels are communicating to you, that the intuition that you already have, but you don't realize it or trust it yet. So let's take some time to see what the angels have in store for you regarding this topic. Hello and welcome back. These are the cards that I have prepared here for you, and then we'll get into tarot reading, and let's find out what your angels and my angels have as advice for you. Starting off with this particular card here that came out, and it says energy scanning. So what I get from this, when you meet someone, when you walk into a room, when you walk past someone, there is an intuition that you feel that you may not even understand that it is your intuition. This energy that you pick up from other people, this ability that you have to pick up the energy, the ability to be able to walk into a place, scan the room, and immediately your intuition is telling you there is conflict in this room, or things are flowing very nicely. I feel at peace in this room, or I need to get out of here as soon as I possibly can. That feeling that you get when you walk into a room or you meet someone, and it is telling you, you have this feeling inside you that something is not right. You are actually scanning that person's energy, scanning the room, and you are able to know in your gut that something is either positive and safe or negative and get the heck out. That is an intuition that you have that you may not even realize that you have the ability to do this, but your angels are telling you. Your angels are telling you here that this is something that you carry that is part of the intuition that you were naturally gifted. So very, very interesting that this card came out just by asking your angels and my angels to help you understand what is the intuition that you are carrying, that you don't realize that it is an intuition, that it's an intuitive hit. this gift that you have that you do not realize, or that you can call it as an intuition, or that you even call it as an intuition. But it's just amazing how Spirit works. All I do is ask, and this is the card that I got. So very, very telling. I wanted to go to these cards right here because these are the cards that came out as telling which angels are here present overseeing this reading. And so I think it's fitting that I start with these guys before going on to the rest of the cards. So let's see what it says. We have Archangel Haziel, who is the angel of unconditional forgiveness, loving encouragement, mercy, fights evil, non-judgmental, sees other inner innocence. I raise your vibration through love and forgiveness and help you to see the pure heart within yourself and others. The gems for Haziel are topaz, something about 3 weeks, and ask the angels. So we're going to continue on with the reading to see what this is all about. This card is also representing, although it doesn't necessarily have to mean just for this sign, we have the sign of Libra here as well. And the number 10 may be of significance for you as well. 10 narrows down to 1. 1 plus 0 is 1, new beginnings. So a message possibly of new beginnings for you that Archangel Haziel would like to say. The other angel that came out as well, it wasn't just one who wanted to come out, and this one is Barachiel. And Barachiel is the divine angel of blessings, showers of heavenly love, intercession, good fortune, removes blocks to your success. Says, I can help you become a generous channel through which God will pour a fountain of blessings into people's lives. For this particular angel, we have Unikite. The month of February may be of importance, and opportunity awaits. This card, although not only for this sign, is tied to the sign of Pisces. This card is connected to the sign of Pisces. Also connected to the planet Jupiter, which is the planet of luck and abundance. Nice. Very, very nice that you're getting that. Also in this card, we have a connection to Uranus with a drastic change. So these are additional messages to your intuition topic that is being presented to you from your angels. Very, very nice. I forgot to mention in this card over here with Haziel, I didn't look into the planets, but for this particular one with the planets, we have Venus showing up here. We know Venus is all about love and beauty and peacefulness. And also we have the planet Neptune coming out, which is about forgiveness and having compassion. So which goes well with what is explaining here. So there's something about forgiveness here. We're going to continue to go on to see why these messages are coming out in your particular reading. I'm very curious to see. So let's see what the other cards are showing here as well. Okay, what other cards did you get? You got Truth, all right? And then you got these two cards right here. She who calms, stillness, purity, quiet. And then we have She who forgives, again with the forgiveness card. Elixir with remorse, guilt, and forgiveness. What is this going on here? Why is there two messages in two separate cards about forgiveness? I'm going to put this one here because it seems that it goes fitting with that one. and this one right over here. We're going to put over here. Let's move this back. All right. So this is what I am getting from this message, these messages that are coming to you. As far as intuition goes, the card of truth here is telling me you are someone, as part of your intuition, who can see through the bullshit. You can see through the baloney, the bullshit that people say. You can get to the truth. You may have some Scorpio energy as well, although it did not show up in the card so far yet, but you are somebody who can really see through someone who is not telling you the truth. That is part of your intuition that the angels want you to know, that if you're not aware of that as being an intuition that you have, that is one of your gifts. You're able to not only scan the room or scan a person when you meet them and see if there's someone who is in a positive mood, the situation in the room is negative or positive, it's something that you should stay and feel peaceful, or something that you should evacuate immediately. You also have the ability to decipher if someone is being truthful to you. And that is definitely a beautiful, intuitive gift that you have that not everyone is able to carry. We go into the She Who Forgives, remorse, guilt, and forgiveness. 2 cards here showing about forgiveness. What I am feeling for this, what I just perceived right here, I am not going to say that this has to do with you. What I am going to say in this particular topic has to do with you are able, with your intuition, to be able to see, feel, perceive people who carry sadness within them, who may tell you everything is fine, but you know in your heart of hearts that they're lying, that they're not telling you the truth, that there's something that they just don't want to talk to you about. And you not only can you do that, you know that it has to do with something inherent that they have, something within them, their own selves, lack of self-trust, lack of esteem, and the lack of the sadness that they carry, perhaps having to do with things that they have done in their past, that they are unforgiving of themselves, that they're not able to forgive themselves. You can go as deep as that based on your intuition. You're able to look at the person, and even though they're telling you everything is fine, or look into their eyes, and you know that they carry deep, deep sadness. And you may be even able to decipher where that sadness is coming from, why they have that sadness. It's a very special gift that you carry, at least for some of you here. You also carry, I'm hearing, the ability to intuitively know those that you are able to forgive, because when they're telling you, oh, I am so sorry, I won't do that again, you know in your intuition which ones are worth it to give them a second chance, sometimes even a third chance, and intuitively, and forgive them, and intuitively you know which ones are just not going to change. And it's no longer worth your time to keep them in your life. So as an intuitive gift, you know when somebody is worth it to keep them in your life and to give them a second chance, even if they are not in your life directly, and you're hearing the stories from other people. As somebody is saying, oh yeah, so-and-so did such and such a thing to me. Again, you're going inside yourself. I think this person is not worth and the time of day for you, and you should move on. Intuitively, you're thinking that already. You may not tell the person who's laying out this information, this story to you. You may not tell them, but you're already intuitively picking it up with limited information even that they may give you. This is not something that everybody has. With this beautiful card here, Jenna, she who calms, stillness, purity, and quiet. As you can see here, this is a woman who's walking into a situation, walking into a space, walking from one area to another, and she's accompanied by the wise owl. Her whole persona signifies someone who is calming, flowy, gentle, quiet, still. This information that the angels are trying to tell you is from an intuitive point of view, going with this particular card here of being able to scan a situation and know when it is required of you to offer stillness, quiet compassion, quiet companionship to other people. You are intuitively able to do that. You are able to scan a situation, scan a person, and know when it is time for you to offer your stillness, your compassion, just plain listening to the other person without interjecting. You're able, with your intuitive hits, when you enter a room, when you enter a situation, an environment, you are able to know, even if you're feeling very joyful and giddy and happy and high energy that day, you are able to know when, ooh, I need to back off a little bit and scan, either not say anything at all and observe as the situation is needing that, or offering your stillness to that person, to that situation, bringing a sense of calmness of your own self into that situation. It comes with a lot of wisdom, as what the owl here is representing. Not only do you have your intuition, you are also someone who is highly intelligent. And through the balancing of your intuition, your gut feeling, your spiritual side, and your mental thoughts, your clarity, you are able to know what a person and what that environment at that particular moment needs from you. Not everyone has that. Just remember that. All right, now we're going to get into the more detailed part of your reading with the tarot cards, and then following it up with messages from your angels. All right, let's find out first what already lives within you, quietly waiting to be acknowledged, but you don't realize it. We may have already hit on several issues, but let's see what the actual cards have to say here. as the first card. Let's move these back a little bit so I have a little bit more room. Put these guys back. All right, let's see what it's going to show. Spirit and angels of those listening, what already lives within the collective to those who are listening as far as intuition, but they don't realize it yet? What already lives within them quietly, waiting to be acknowledged, but they don't realize it yet? Let's see what the angels have in store for you, my dear friends. The Fool. Well, we all know that the Fool is about someone who is seeking on a journey, going on a new journey that requires them to take a leap of faith, something new that they are starting in their life. And the Fool is not really a fool. The Fool is someone who is very open to all possibilities and carries an innocence about them. You do have a beautiful innocence about you. You do have the soul of someone who is adventurous and always willing to start something new, take even some risks. You may not even realize that you're this type of person. Perhaps you haven't expressed it yet. Perhaps you see yourself as someone who is afraid to move forward, but you haven't even begun to realize the potential that you have in your life. This card lets you know that quietly within you is a drive that you have to start something new, to be something new, to be in a new situation, a new environment, a new time. This is something that is within you and is growing slowly. And at some point in your life, it will expand. Perhaps right now you feel content and stable with how things are going in your life. But as time goes on, there's going to be a little bit of an unease within you. You're going to start, unless you already are, questioning, is this it? Is there more to life? Am I living my life the way that I should? Am I on the right path of my life? Is there more to my life than what I am experiencing? Which way do I go? These are questions that you have within yourself that are quietly living inside you. And you may have already started acknowledging them, and others not yet. But this card that came out when asking your angel what lives within you quietly, waiting to be acknowledged, but you don't realize it, is this sense of starting something new, this uneasiness that you may have inside you that you have not experienced yet, but will be coming to the forefront as time goes on. The intuition that you are experiencing is something within you is telling you that there's more to life. There's more that you need to do in your life. There's more avenues in your life that you haven't explored yet. There's a whole new other part of your life path that your angels are telling you is coming into your life at some point. We don't know when. You may be already at that point. This is the collective, so for each person it'll be a little bit different. Let's go on a little bit more. Let's see how does this intuition communicate to you? Curious to find out. How is this intuition communicating to you? How does it communicate to you? How is it very gently, little by little, guiding you? All right, the Queen of Swords. The Queen of Swords is a very knowledgeable, smart, brilliant woman who also intuitively is able to see through the truth of things. The communication that you are getting is being given to you very, very slowly in little clear moments that you are receiving each and every day. Thoughts are coming to you. Dreams, within your dreams, you're being given the information of where you should be setting your goals to, where you should be setting your mind to, thinking about the future. Looking within the truth of your own life right now, finding what it is that is actually calling to you. It's being fed to you very, very slowly in little increments. In thoughts. Not necessarily actions yet, but in thoughts. Mentally. The process is encouraging you to be more independent, to be fairer to yourself. The gut intuition that you are getting is to be more objective, a little bit less emotional. This will help you make better decisions in your life and allow you to receive the clarity that you need so that you can move forward and take that leap. See, the Queen of Swords represents intellectual power and high perceptivity. You may be experiencing some fear about stepping into your full power. You may have difficulties, as the swords also represent communication, expressing your true voice. But this is how your intuition is communicating to you, pushing you little by little, ever so slowly, through your dreams, through your insight, guiding you into starting something new or realizing that there's more in your life that you have yet to achieve, that you have yet to start. Beautiful, beautiful, beautiful. But what blockages do you have that keeps you from recognizing this, that keeps you from recognizing your intuition? What blockages are there that keeps you from recognizing this? Angels, can you step forward? Let them know, what are the blockages that keeps them from moving forward or keeps them from understanding their intuition and taking a leap of faith and allowing themselves to go with their intuition more? What blocks them? What is it that keeps them from moving forward? What blocks them? What keeps them from moving forward? The card that came out is the King of Wands. What are the blocks that keeps you from moving forward? Interesting, we have the Queen and we have the King here. We're looking at energies, not necessarily the gender of this person. So this could be female, this could be male. But what blocks you is, although the King of Wands is someone who is able to take action, the problem with the King of Wands is that sometimes he is very driven in his passion. And he lacks a little bit of the intellect, the clarity of making the decisions in the right way. He's driven very passionately, full of fire, action, let's go, let's do this. But the Queen of Swords balances things with her calmness. And you may say that she's cold and not very passionate about her life, but she is very smart in how to communicate and how to get things done. So the blockages I see here, with you relying on your intuition sometimes, is that you may have a bit of impulsiveness. You may be someone who takes action very, very quickly and ignores your intuition. You may be driven into taking situations, taking decisions very quickly, not putting full thought into them, and ignoring the gut feeling that you get. And therefore, you've gotten yourself into situations sometimes that have been less than ideal for you, because you have let your passion drive you, your impulsiveness. So you are being told with this particular card that this impulsiveness sometimes keeps you from moving forward. Blind spots, so to speak, that keep you from recognizing it. With these two cards next to each other, you're being told that there should be more of a balance between not being all in your head and also not being all passionate and driven. A combination of both, not being so stagnant and not being excessively impulsive as well. Balancing things out. Very, very nice. Beautiful. I'd like to do now to find out what per se messages are coming from your angels. What do the angels say about your intuition? How do they validate your intuitive hits? What are your angels pointing to you? And the card that flipped out immediately is activation. Your divine blueprint is being activated. Awakening. Its dormant potentials and spiritual gifts. What was hidden is now rising into conscious embodiment, allowing you to fulfill your higher purpose. So it goes back to this new beginning that you're feeling that you need to address, that you need to move into something else, that there's more in your life that you are seeking. There's more to what you are experiencing in your life. And you are being told by the angels it's time to activate. It's time to take that leap of faith, to go for it, to follow your higher purpose, to align more with your higher purpose. It is something that is rising within your unconsciousness and flowing into your conscious self. Lovely. I love that. I want to see if there's an additional message here from your angels to you, please. Any additional messages, please? Aha. And then we have caution. You are being asked to reconsider. Reconsider something. Caution allows you to navigate with wisdom and avoid unnecessary risk. Move forward only if your soul feels fully at peace. Intuition is what we're talking about here. So this is the card that goes with the King of Wands. Being more cautious and following your intuition. Make sure that your soul feels fully at peace before making this decision as to what you want to do within your life, as to following your intuition, your intuitive hits. Balance things out. Don't go one way all in your mind, and don't go with your heart and full-blown passion, impulsive. Balance these two areas out. Very nice. And let's finish up with the baby little angel messages for you right here. They're so adorable, these little cards. Let's see what other angel messages you have in conclusion of what part of you is already intuitive, but you haven't realized it. I hope that this has given you some nice insight. Please, please, please give me a thumbs up, and by all means subscribe so you can be listening to other videos that I upload. I don't sell anything here. I don't have a website. All I'm here for is to provide messages to those who are willing to listen and to connect you more to the spiritual realm if this is something that you truly wish. All right, so we have every act of kindness ripples out into the universe. Never underestimate your impact. Very, very much so, as I was saying earlier, that you have this ability over here to walk into a room and to scan the environment and offer your gentle, quiet side whenever you need to. Confirmation from that. And then we have love is your true essence. Share it freely and watch it multiply around you. Beautiful. And then here we go again. Forgive yourself and others. 3 messages of forgiveness. In forgiveness, you release the chains that hold you back. All right, so that is 3 messages now of forgiving yourself or forgiving others. Very, very important message that the angels are trying to let you know right now. Forgiveness is very, very important for yourself or somebody in your life, or it would not have come out 3 times. All right, well, thank you so very much for joining me. I hope you got something out of this reading. I loved doing this reading for you, and I will see you at your next reading. Bye-bye for now.